My name is Puput. My name is Khanifah.
I'm Fenny Rachman.
So Khanifah, why we are here? We are here for talking about medieval and Renaissance. Medieval and Renaissance era are two distinct periods in history. There are differences in music,
Art.
and literature.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. The term medieval music speaks of the written and composed music during the era called the Middle Age, while the Renaissance music refers to the music written and composed in the Renaissance era. So I will mention some points of music difference between medieval and Renaissance. 1. Medieval music does not much have a notation system to write down music, hence it was transmitted orally, while Renaissance music was supporting the invention of fugues. This clearly denotes about the notation system. 2. Medieval music was mostly plain-chant, first then developed into polyphonic. Renaissance music was largely beyond melodies. 3. Medieval was mainly the beginning of music history, while Renaissance developed it into several new levels with more composers who extended this era. And this is, for example, staff music from the medieval age: recorder, flute, game sword, and fan flute. And this is some video, and this is how to stop music is playing. And this is stuff of music from Renaissance, like a violins, triangles, flute, and harp. And we can look on the screen the stuff, and this is the video which the stuff music is playing.
Medieval art influenced by ancient Greek culture. This is an impact development knowledge. Painting art medieval used for mystic because there is not religion. Medieval art influenced by Greek culture and Romawi. They adhere to polytheism. Medieval art also influenced by Christian religion, and the church very powerful to stress the government, so that medieval art creation was static and easy forgotten. Medieval art had take place for 12th century. The famous of one medieval is Tower Pisa that we can see until now. Renaissance started in Italy in 14th century until 16th century, all beginning after the end medieval century and spread to all Europe. Renaissance from French language, and the meaning Renaissance is rebirth, used to first by Julius Michelet 1845 in his work Historia de France. The Renaissance man is Leonardo da Vinci and Angelo, because development artistic and their country. Art Renaissance is painting, sculpture, and decorative art of the period of European history. Art Renaissance take basic from classic art all. Development North Europe art by applying knowledge contemporary. The philosophy art Renaissance is humanist art. Renaissance made parallel with the end medieval century. The work of art in Renaissance art, Mona Lisa, the Vitruvian Man. Renaissance art creation more legend than medieval art, more the flexible and free influence religion than medieval art.
The Middle or the medieval era lasted from 5th century to the 15th century. Began with the epic poem prose, which was written somewhere between 8th and 11th century. The literature in the medieval era was characterized by Christianity and chivalry warriors. About the Renaissance was cultural and artistic movement which bridged the gap between the Middle Age and modern history from the late 15th century and to the early 17th century. The literature in Renaissance was greatly influenced by the progress of art, science, and emergence of humanism. Religion occupied an important place in medieval literature. Most of the world used Christian themes such as death and resurrection, good and evil, and the last heaven and earth. The code of chivalry and courtly love were also famous themes in medieval literature. These themes were commonly used genre called romance or chivalric romance. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is a perfect example of this genre. Philpotts, Patience, Clarence and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Langland's Piers Plowman, John Gower's Confessio Amantis, and the work of Geoffrey Chaucer, including Canterbury Tales, are some examples of the medieval era. The Renaissance writer was explored religious and social themes in the work. The religious themes explored with a completely different approach than medieval writers. John Milton's Paradise Lost and Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus are some examples for these themes. Edmund Spenser, William Shakespeare, Ben Jonson, Sir Philip Sidney, Christopher Marlowe, John Donne, and George Herbert are some notable figures in Renaissance literature. The language of medieval literature was written in Old English and Middle English. Medieval literature was centered on concepts such as religion, chivalry, and courtly love. They were also centered on religious themes. Medieval literature familiar with some works of the ancient Roman writers. The topics focus on classical Latin and use the ancient sources to confirm their Christian belief. The level of religion as clergy was the center of learning and administration.
So, the conclusion in the medieval art is more simple than Renaissance, because in Renaissance is nothing intervention of church, and the medieval creation lost together when the artist died, but Renaissance creation being legend until now.
Talk about music. In the medieval, music was mostly only vocals, while in the Renaissance, music was of both instrumental and vocals. Last about literature. In the medieval was characterized by Christianity and chivalry warriors, and in Renaissance was greatly influenced by the progress of the art, science, and the emergence of humanism. So, it's all the differences about music, art, and literature between medieval and Renaissance era. Thank you for your attention. We hope you can understand what we're talking about.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.